sure it focuses on me.
It's gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you guys ready to go? All right. You may begin.
Hello, we're Charja. I'm Marisol. I'm the CEO of the company.
Oh, I'm Kushi, and I'm the COO.
I'm Dio. I'm the CMO.
I'm Eric, I'm the CFO.
So our product was designed when we got together. We all thought of this idea of our chargers. It's very, very annoying because we all have gone through so many chargers, especially the wires, because they rip. And when we're in bed, when we're laying somewhere, the cord won't reach at all times. So for us, the problem was people who are on the go, who don't have access to outlets, who travel, who commute when you're in outside activities. Dio does track, so when he's outside and he's in a meet, he can't charge his phone, there are no outlets. And also, like I said, chargers break constantly.
So our solution was to create a wireless charging block. So we built this on a software. So the gray thing.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you hit a button on there?
So I think so.
Okay.
Okay. That's the other slide. So the gray thing is like the charging block itself, and then the green thing is like the ring trend that's going on, similar to the pop socket that most people put behind their phones. And then basically this magnetically sticks to your cell phone, and it wirelessly charges it as you commute. And then our product. So our product was actually inspired by like car mounts and like pop socket, as I said earlier, and we used these two inventions that have been going on, and we combined and came up with an original idea of building a block because our pop socket didn't really work out. So we pivoted into building a block that can charge your phone.
So here are our competitors that we have. It's Mophie, Belkin, and Anchor Block. I think it's Point or something. And what's it called? So Mophie is the one that's mostly similar to ours because it's kind of like the same shape. It'll be magnetizing to a phone case on the back. And then Belkin and Anchor, they're kind of similar with the charging style, but you can't move around with them. So that kind of puts a con on them because you can't like travel with them or anything. So it makes it harder for people to travel around with them.
So our customer segment. So it's double as an accessory because we have added the ring to the charging block. That way, like when people are moving, they can use it as a wireless charger that magnetizes to your phone, as well as has the ring accessory for kids who find it appealing, or who want to take selfies or whatever. Also, it charges when the user wants to. So we're thinking to put a on-off switch where they can charge whenever and wherever they want. Also, it's compact. As Dio explained, our competitors, compared to them, our product is pretty small and compact, and you don't have to worry about carrying, like the entire, the charging pad or the stand or the mount wherever you go. Also, it's hassle-free, so it has no cords, and that was our main priority, to get rid of any cords so we don't deal with any like wire breakages or like losing wires. And then our product is new in the market because we looked at and we did research, and we didn't see any companies or any teams out there that invented or came up with the charging block. That's why it's an original idea.
So here's the market size, and just basically talking about how much wireless charging will be growing in the next couple of years. So we have to about 2023, it should grow about $20 billion. And this is good for our product because hopefully if we get out there, people will see it more and buy a bunch more, because I think it's iPhone 8 through 10 is it? And then there's a couple Samsungs that are like mostly switching over to wireless charging. So hopefully if we get out there enough and it keeps growing in the community, people will buy it.
Alright, so this is a few graphs on the smartphone users. We found that smartphone users from the time period of 2011 to projected to 2021 we'll grow a total of 172 million users. And then we also, going off what Dio said, the smartphones that can accept wireless charging, so that will be able to use our product, include the Samsung 6S and up, the LG G7 and up, the Nokia 9, the Google Pixel 3 and 3 XL, the iPhone 8 and up, and the Microsoft 920 and up. So that's most of the phones that you'd see in the market today.
So last time we talked to you guys, we were making our MVP. And with our Smoked MVP, we used our website and our social media platforms that allowed us to communicate with the people that were interested in the product that we're trying to get out. And those were the most successful ones because we were able to get feedback. Even though we weren't able to give them a product, the idea and the concept we had, we compared it to the pop socket and to the car mounts, and we asked them how much they used it. And in a survey we made, 94% of them said that this product would be useful in their life, in their everyday life. And our prototype MVP, which we made some pivots on, like we changed the shape of it from a pop socket to a charging block, and we also made other discoveries that we'll talk about next.
Okay, so some of the early results that we discovered were the original pop socket shape, the wireless charger, wasn't working out because the pop socket is so small and round and compact. We weren't able to fit in like the batteries for it to last longer for our customers. So we decided to come out with the charging block that would just magnetize to your phone, that would allow us to put more batteries, and it would last longer for our customers, and it would be worth their money. Also, we found out in our early results who our early adopters were and how we kind of changed, or how they changed. So we first started out targeting commuters, people that go on the trains or they're traveling often because they don't have any access to outlet. But then after we pivoted, we found out that it's people that usually need their cell phones during work because they're so busy during their work, using their technology so much, and they don't have time to charge it. So our product would, because it magnetizes behind their phone, it would help them they could just stick it on and work while charging it. And then there's another common misconception that we discovered. Most people, or our customers, when we did some research and survey, they would ask us that wouldn't our battery affect, how the phone works. And that's actually a misconception because the cell phone doesn't really, the battery doesn't affect how the phone works. It's usually through interactions and all that. For example, the charging pads, it doesn't really affect anything. You just place the phone, and it's through the magnet inside the phone that has that charges the phone itself. And then our market size. So we started off with just appealing to the kids and students, and we're focusing on the pop socket global market at first, just to see if we can mix the pop socket, and then we were looking at the global market for just smartphones, and we actually found out that it's a bigger market since our market is growing day by day, since technology is advancing, and the wireless market is increasing. So yeah.
Alright, so here we have our capital ask, and with all of our startup costs, we're looking at about $8,717. Property, plant, and equipment would be $456, which would give us a total of $9,303. And then our 3-year summary for projected income, we're looking at about $2,000, $10,000 for year 2, and then almost $20,000 in year 3, with units sold of up to 1,000 by year 3.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you,
Well,
guys.
thank you. Good
Round of
job.
applause.
How much does it cost to make one of these?
I think it costs about $10 to make one. Double check that.
What goes into making it? How do I know it's $10?
What goes into making it is
And kind of give me a breakdown if you have it.
does it exist? Have you made one? Does it work?
We unfortunately weren't able to make one because we would have to make it at school and we didn't have the right equipment to make it. So we wanted to actually test it out like on a phone and see how much it could charge. And we were talking to some of the teachers here, and they said it wasn't safe for us just in case anything happened and we didn't have the right resources to make it here. So in our capital ask, that would also include having someone who has the experience and knowledge to help us make this, which is part of the 9,000 in total.
Yeah, so, the casing, cost is about $2, the battery is $3, and then the components that help it wirelessly charge is $5.08 to give a total of $10.06.
And then how much are you selling it for?
We're looking at a selling price of $35, which is, cheaper than some of the other like wireless charger accessories that we see on the market today, but also, the wireless chargers are like a big stand port that charge with a plug to the wall, and then there's portable chargers that we found that might be cheaper, so it's a little bit of a middle ground between the two.
Somebody keep going.
Yeah, if you get more questions.
Yeah. Your MVP, how many people did you talk to?
We talked to about 100 people because we made different surveys because we pivoted at different points. The most recent survey, we surveyed 100 people, and out of that, the 94% said that they would be content in buying our product.
And did they help you set the price?
No, we did.
Okay.
But we did ask them, like, if they,
Previously.
yeah, we asked them if they want their, like, we told them our price, and we asked them if they want it higher or below, or if it's the right price. And they did a survey.
Well, you picked a huge segment. I mean, the wireless charging market is doing nothing but growing, and you saw that. And so it's if you capture just a really super small portion of that market, your company could do very well, right? One of the difficulties that we have on the tank is actually seeing and feeling and touching and seeing if something actually works, right? So that'll be one of the obstacles you're going to have to overcome in order to go ahead and sell it to anybody. You're going to have some sort of either a prototype, something that's going to put in their hands so that they can go ahead and see if it works or not. So that they know how much they're going to actually pay for it, right?
I think it's a great idea, right? So you've got, correct me if I'm wrong, but you put examples up on the screen of what exists today, and what you're proposing is a magnetic charging, rather than a case, therefore it would be a little bit more universal. Is that an accurate statement? So that's, Go
Our
ahead.
idea of the charging block was that you don't have to buy. So the Mophie case, you
Mhm.
have to buy the case and then the battery, and it has a wire. So when you switch your phone, you actually can't switch the same charging the product. With ours, all you would have to switch is the magnetic case that we'd give you, and the charger works with many phones. Eric mentioned a few that are growing. There's Pixel, there's Samsung, Google Pixel, Apple, Microsoft Nexus, BlackBerry, Nokia, and it just keeps on burning.
but that's what I'd like to know a little bit more about, right? So again, what the examples you have there, the Belkin and the Anchor are a little bit more potentially universal, but the Mophie is fitted to that size phone, right? Is your product a product that doesn't pay attention to the footprint of the phone? In other words, you're not manufacturing specific to a model of phone, you're manufacturing a product that, if it's attaching magnetically, it doesn't need to have the molding fitted specifically to a model of phone. Is that accurate? Am I understanding that correctly? Or so that would be a kind of an important selling point particularly for investors, because now you don't have to have several different models targeting several different phone sizes. I mean, how many different sizes of phones does Apple have? You mentioned the 8 through the 10. How many different sizes are there? If this is a one-size-fits-all, it cuts down on your manufacturing costs, right? So.
Well, the question of the people that you talked to, how many had a charging, of some form of competitive charging device?
I think a few of them
Yeah, just a few.
said that they have a charging port or like pad, and they said that they like this idea because they can't always bring it wherever they want to, and it was just nice that they would be able to have the option of using the wireless charging and not worry about the cords and having to be near an outlet. So they did have it, and the people who said no to our survey, it's because their phone didn't have the ability to wirelessly charge. It's just 4% of people who did.
Then, the research you did on the cost of the product, can you refresh my memory on that? Because that's gonna be huge. You know, I mean, it's one thing to assume that it's gonna work and that it's only gonna take this much cost. How much did you go into that aspect of it?
The cost to make it
Yep,
is $10.
and that's based on,
The battery, the
Casey.
case that we're putting it in, and the components to wirelessly charge it.
and that's assuming that when you put all that together, that it will work. It's a big assumption, right?
Yeah.
I think that's where your R and D costs go in, that may not be accounted for totally here, is that it doesn't always work the first time. Right? So I think you gotta take that into account as you're looking at the numbers.
The other unique value proposition, the differences, right? So I see Mophie. What's the actual difference between your product and Mophie? How is it? I understand that that's a case that fits on a particular phone, right? And does it snap onto the phone?
It does.
So there's no magnet involved. Is that right?
No, there is. That's their battery. That's the magnetic case of the battery, so it does magnetize. But the thing is that they use a wire. We eliminated all wires, so it's easy, and you can just snap it on your phone, and it's ready to go.
So your product, how do we charge the actual battery in order for it to keep multiple charges going?
It would have a USB port, so you would have to charge the battery block.
Yep.
But that would be the only thing you would have to.
Okay, so once the battery block is charged, now I just snap it on my phone. It'll automatically
Yeah.
attach because it's magnet, and then is there an additional magnet inside the phone that's already there?
The case. So it
The
would be
case
the
itself.
battery, magnetic battery block, and it would magnetize to the phone case.
So are all phone cases made out of a product that can be
It
attached
would
to?
be a part of our product.
I gotcha. So back to Brian's question, if your product has to have some sort of a mechanism that's going to attach the magnet to it, does it have to be manufactured so that it fits on each individual phone because they're all different sizes?
The block would be the same size. Most phones are actually getting either like around the same size, especially Samsung and Apple, who are the biggest companies out there. Their phones are about the same size, and the charging block would be a universal size for all phones. The only thing that would change is the case we're giving to them, so it
Okay.
works with their phone.
So each case would be individualized for each phone.
Mhm.
The block would be the same.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Just got any questions?
Great, thank
All right,
you.
thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause, guys. All right. Dr. Largo, would you mind grabbing Gym Guru there?